Hello everybody and welcome back. Good to talk to all of you again today, and today I've got a somewhat short video for all of you on NavyField Mobile. Bit of a casual game for Android and iOS, and it does have some elements of the original NavyField and I guess some elements of the second one, something like that. As you guys do know, I am a fan of the original NavyField, so I figured I'd give this one a try to see how it is. First things first, well, you've got, I guess, production storage buildings and things like that that you have to upgrade. Now, this is definitely more of a mobile game thing, so, for example, the command center, that's where you upgrade to get the next ships on the tech tree line. Steel mill, steel depot, one produces steel, one stores it, and apparently later on you do get raided, and the depot will protect X amount of what you have, but I'm not there yet in the game, so I have no idea really how that is. So maybe there'll be another video in the future where I actually cover that aspect of the game. Now you also have oil refinery and depot where it produces oil, and you can store oil, as well as two other things called communication tower and the defense command. That is, I think, both used for harbor raiding, which I don't do right now. So moving on away from that, moving into, I guess, the view of the ships. So, similar to the original NavyField, you progress through, trees. It's like a linear tree. You go from small ships to really big ships. So you start off with destroyers, move into light cruisers, then move into heavy cruisers, and so on and so forth. So, as you can tell, there is, these are the destroyers for the Royal Navy. The ones I have already built that are in service are the free ones, obviously. I didn't spend any gold to buy any of the premium ships. Although the premium ships are definitely better than the free tech tree ships. So I would say if you were playing competitive like PvP in this game, you might find yourself to be at a bit more of a disadvantage, which I definitely found, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit later. However, there are like scenario things that you can play for the first little while, and they are a reasonable amount of fun. I've been playing through like some of the operations and some of the they have scenarios which are like sort of like not maybe historical, but they have a historical basis, I guess that's the best way to put it. The actual engagements themselves are just, a game, right? So, you cover all the way to battleships, carriers, and submarines, and those are all, I believe, the end game ships. Now, when you start off as destroyers, light cruisers, and heavy cruisers, when you do get into like PvP, you don't actually get straight, put into battles with battleships. You do what's called online beginners, but I'll get to that a little bit later. First things first, operations. For every class of ship, you have 10 operation missions. I've completed both the missions for destroyer and cruisers. Unfortunately, I had recordings of this game, but they were from like BlueStacks, which is like an Android emulator, and the video went completely to crap. It was super laggy, so I had to redo it, and I don't really have much for the operation. However, I do have some campaign footage, so that'll have to do for now. So here we go. This is like the third battle in the Mediterranean campaign, and I'm supposed to engage a couple cruisers and hopefully sink maybe some destroyers as well. So here we go. This is the battle interface. Now obviously I'm playing this on the PC on an Android emulator because in order to record stuff, that's what I had to use. So the controls with a mouse is a little bit sluggish. It's actually better to play on a mobile device. When I played it on my phone, it was definitely better to have, my thumb on the ship direction on one side and another thumb to control, like the scout plane guns and so on and so forth. So it felt a little bit better just to have two fingers. You're also able to zoom on the phone just by, I guess, pinching, but I had no idea how to do that on this emulator. So unfortunately, things are a little bit more zoomed in than I would like. Anyhow, so with the light cruiser Edinburgh, I am basically pounding things away at range using my scout plane to spot for me, while these enemy PvE ships can't actually shoot back. Evil. Evil, I tell you. Of course, against players, you will run into the opposite problem where something like a heavy cruiser will outrange you and they will eat you for, yeah. Heavy cruisers are not fun when you're in a light cruiser in PvP, especially those that have, you know, like the premium ones or the ones that are like fully upgraded with their crews and everything. And I'll get to all those things in a little bit because, you know, I have to actually show you some stuff. But all in all, the actual gameplay aspect of it is actually not too bad. The guns actually auto fire, so you don't have to constantly like spam that button. And you know, in terms of like target lock, it's also I think done automatically. Just click on the enemy target. However, you are responsible for your speed and direction, all so on and so forth. So you know, there's actually a lot of active dodging that you have to do. In case you notice, like bottom left corner, like I'm turning quite a bit. I could do more, but again, like I said, with the mouse it's a little bit more sluggish. With your thumb, a lot easier. But the gameplay is relatively smooth. And in PvE, after a while, you will get a hang of things, and things will become a little bit easier. Of course, if you upgrade your ship, that will also help. Generally, my first forays into, you know, a PvE mission, a higher level PvE mission with like a stock ship, didn't end all that well. So that is something you'd probably have to be careful of. As of the moment, to my knowledge, the Italian ships are not in yet, so of course you still have sort of placeholder German ships simulating Italian ships, but those Italian ships, from what I have heard, is definitely coming. Now, graphically speaking, NavyField Mobile, to me, looks kind of like almost a combination of like NavyField 1 ship graphics with like NavyField 2 water and like environment graphics. So things are kind of like a hybrid there. Almost wish they just took this game and, you know, sort of made it a little bit more like NavyField 1 and then just sort of, you know, done like a you know, call that one like NavyField 2. So I don't know, that's just me, because, you know, if this was how a modern NavyField 1 would have looked, I don't know, that would be nice, I guess. But you know, it is the mobile game, so you know, it's got more of sort of the mobile feel to it, but still, I mean, it does a reasonably good job, I think, for providing you with some short-term fun on your phone or on your device. Alright, hold on, let me sink this darn destroyer. So you'll notice that like my shells are falling a little bit more spread out, almost a little bit. I think that will be helped if I get my crew to a little bit better efficiency. So I'll show you all the whole like crew and upgrade stuff after this battle's over, but if they get better efficiency, then their performance should improve. Right now, you'll notice that like my guns were just sort of firing not too accurately until I got reasonably close, like I am right now, and then of course things start hitting significantly more. Anyhow, this PvE scenario is almost over. Luckily, I haven't taken much in terms of damage. You'll notice that actually, there's another thing I should point out. Bottom sort of left center-ish there, you'll notice that there is like a repair-looking symbol and a smoke canister symbol. Those are the game's premium consumables. The heal gives you back 25% of your HP instantaneously, and the smoke provides like a smoke puff for like 20 seconds. Not a fan of it, namely because it's limited to premium currency. When you first build your ship, you do get a few free ones, but once you use them up, you have to buy more. Now, you do get some gold if you perfectly complete all the scenarios and things like that. So, you know, I do have like, I think 500 gold, so in theory I could spend it, but I'm not 100% sure how much more I'd be able to earn, so hence I haven't spent any of them and saved them all. You also do earn steel from completing these operations, and steel is essential for building new ships and getting upgrades. Now, you also get captain experience and crew experience, and I'll explain that in a second. Crew experience is these guys. You know, you get these guys upgraded, they become more efficient. They allow you to get better sailors. They, you know, are able to repair a ship a little faster, or, you know, in this case, guns reload a little bit faster and they're more accurate. You also have the captain experience. Now, the captain experience dictates mostly things like your ability to engage in harbor assaults, which is level 25 and above, and your ability to access new ships by upgrading that command center that I talked about earlier. The steel is used for building ships and, of course, upgrading them, and upgrading makes a huge difference. So the Edinburgh class cruiser that I have right now, at the start you have the stock weapons, which are actually dual guns. It's only when you upgrade to the max gun armament, you actually get the triples, and that's where your guns actually get quite a bit more power. So there is that is something that you do have to do. There you go. See it? That is the 3-barreled gun, and they do a lot better. Do keep note that, again, to unmount something to get other upgrades costs you gold as well. Not a lot of gold, but some gold. And while I perfectly understand that games do require ways to monetize and to make money, I mean that's the reality of the world right now. There are times where I definitely do feel like that it almost feels a little bit like you have to do it, almost. There's a little bit more of that. I mean, some things I would like to not see gold being charged on, something like unmounting a module and then having you research like a new one. Premium ships I'm okay with. If you want to have a premium account, I'm okay with all those things costing money, but some things just feel a little bit stingy, I guess is the best way to use it. Use the word. It feels a little stingy, right? I know that you're getting some gold coins from the scenarios and stuff like that, but to say, hey, here's a thing that'll make it easier for you to change your build, that's going to cost you gold coins. Here's like the repair kit, it's going to cost you more gold coins. I mean, just feels stingy. Anyways, moving away from the PvE scenarios, moving to PvP. Now, PvP, at the beginning, when you first play online beginners, you're basically running your destroyers, your light cruisers, and your heavy cruisers in, quick, short battles. Battles usually don't take longer than, I'd say, 5 minutes. Although, and there are quite a few number of players, too. Like, I rarely had time where, I clicked online beginners and I couldn't find a match, right? Most times, about a minute tops, you get into a game, which, funnily enough, if you think about it, sometimes can be even better than World of Warships matchmaking. But anyhow, the game does have, and I do have to put this out there, it does have, in PvP, it does have the feel of being pay to win. It definitely does have that feel. The premium ships are better, and you should see in this battle what I'm talking about. I will get absolutely demolished later on by, I believe, a premium heavy cruiser on the enemy team. However, it's not like you can't have fun, as a free-to-play player. You just kill the other ships, the ones that are not premium ships, the ones that you can deal with, and, you have your fun that way. Again, somebody has spent money for pixel ships, so think about it that way, right? But there is a bit of a, I would definitely say, like a competitive disadvantage. Although, I'm not sure how bad this gets later on as you progress into, the higher tiers. Unfortunately, at the time that I've done this video, I've only reached light cruisers and have just unlocked heavy cruisers, but I'm still like 2 levels away from actually being able to build it. So it'll be a while before I get to that. There have been times where, as a destroyer, for example, I have pulled off some really nice kills, gone in against 2 heavy cruisers and managed to torpedo one of them and finish the other one off. So that's a very satisfying feeling. You definitely are still going to get that, but, you are going to have to accept that some of the premium ships are definitely going to be quite strong, and that they're going to make your life quite rough, right? Again, like I said, the realities of the free-to-play model, right? They have to find some way to monetize it, right? And I would personally just prefer that they monetize the premium ships and like the premium accounts and stuff like that, and just kind of left the other stuff alone, like the premium consumables. Because if you look at the premium consumables right now, you'll notice that like things like smoke and stuff are usable, and so that there is a definite advantage to having them in PvP compared to somebody who doesn't. I'm not sure if the repair one is usable, however, but I know smoke is, but I'm not sure the repair one is because I don't have any more. I used my 2 during like a PvE scenario, and I didn't want to buy any more because bit of a cheapskate myself. You know, I'm trying to save up those 500 gold because I'm not sure what's coming later, and with a lot of these, you know, free-to-play mobile games, my experience with them in the past is hide your gold until later because you're gonna need them for something. So I'm hanging on to them to see if I can, you know, potentially save them for something that's coming up in a little bit. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably have like a maybe even an update video like later when I get up to higher level, and then I'll let you guys know like what my thoughts are then. But for now, you know, my first 20 somewhat levels, yeah, I mean, I find the game to be, you know, reasonable casual fun on a mobile device. You know, if I'm out running an errand, I'm sitting around waiting for something to happen, like waiting for, you know, like somebody to process me, you know, waiting in queue or whatever. You know, it's a nice game to just play for a few minutes. But like I said, most of the battles do go quite quickly. You're not going to be sitting there for like 20 whole minutes. Most battles I've played 5 minutes tops, I think, 5-6 minutes tops. So, you know, the battles are short, and you do kind of get into the sort of the gist of things really quickly as well. So here, I'm with this other, I'm pretty sure that's a premium heavy cruiser on my team, and we're engaging a heavy cruiser and a premium heavy cruiser on their team. And you can tell the premium one does output quite a chunk of damage, while me as a light cruiser, not so much, right? Anyhow, 2 versus 1 scenario, my scout planes come back, so I'm getting one ready and sending them back out again. Scout planes are actually manually controllable. You just tap on the scout plane icon and you can click on your screen somewhere and they'll send it in that direction. Shocking, right? You know, for those of us who, you know, played World of Warships, I mean, this is sad that like a mobile game gets this stuff better than Warships does, which prefers to have, you know, scout planes just fly giant circles. Anyhow, all right. So here is what I mean when I say there is that competitive disadvantage sometimes, especially when you run somebody who knows what they're doing. So there is on their side a premium heavy cruiser. We have one as well. I am on my light cruiser. So I pop smoke, trying to buy some time to try to close the range, but you can tell their heavy cruiser is able to keep running just outside the range of my guns and just not able to help out our ship in this kind of engagement, and his guns hurt a lot. I think that one hit over there like took out 3,700 HP, maybe more. It took a chunk of my HP out. And this salvo is gonna finish me. So there we go. I'm gone. Our one remaining premium heavy cruiser, which I laid smoke for, he's gonna be in trouble as well. Perhaps the difference here being maybe this guy's ship is just a little bit more upgraded. Maybe the crew's a bit more upgraded because, ouch, look at that critical hit. Dang. So yeah, this is a loss. Hold on, waiting for that last salvo to go. There it is. There's the salvo, and finished. There we go. So, defeat, unfortunately, but, you know, you gain a bit of steel, you gain some crew experience, you gain some captain experience. And, yeah, you know, just a casual little mobile game with some PvE and some PvP elements as well. And it's not bad, you know. You do get your share of fun out of it. I do wish that, you know, some things were a little bit less, you know, sort of pay to win kind of feel. There is definitely that feeling, like I said earlier there, that I feel like, you know, the developers were being a bit stingy when it came to, you know, like what would be a freebie and what would be things that they would charge you money to actually attain. Harbor Assault, that's something I'll probably have to update this video on later because it's something I don't have yet. It's a level 25 thing. I don't know why I'm clicking that button like 4 times, but anyhow. You also do have these achievements which you unlock. You get some gold as well. So, you know, you can get gold very, very slowly. Although, like I said, I'm still saving mine because I'm not sure when I'm going to use them later. Now, if you're someone who obviously, you know, is okay with spending money on a mobile game, buying gold, buying whatever, there is a couple of options. The cash shop isn't like packed to the brim with things. I'll actually take a look at it right now. And hold on, let me collect my steel and oil first, right? I'm getting to it, right? Here we go. You have a couple of things. There's the starter package, which I'm guessing is like a one-time thing. You have a Steam Pack, Crew Boost, Captain Boost. They all boost, you know, either the crew experience you earn, the steel you earn, the fuel you earn, etc. I think the really useful one would actually be the premium account, because the premium account gives you, you know, it's $10.99 for like 30 days of premium, but every day you gain 40 gold. And I guess if you save that up long term, you know, you would eventually be able to use that gold for something as well. So that could be kind of useful, you know, because if you actually look at the cost of the premium versus, you know, what it would cost to get 1,200 gold, you know, straight up, premium account maybe isn't such a bad deal, right? Anyways, that's my first sort of impressions on NavyField Mobile. Not a bad little casual naval game that you want to play on your phone, but, you know, hey, do keep in mind, there is a little bit of that pay-to-win element to it, which, you know, depending on you, could make it or break it for you. So from all that, folks, take care, have yourselves a good one, and I'll talk to all of you again another time.